Turn it on Cliff Live tonight. Latest news, it's feeling right. Kamala's speech so tight, yet no answers in our sight. Trump is shouting wild and loud, felon tales beneath the cloud. Cats and dogs beware, my friend. Springfield rumors never end. Cliff Live bringing news to you. Tune in now, it's fresh and true. Politics with humor strong. Stay informed and sing along. Headlines coming fast and free, comedy in what we'll see. Kamala dances round the press, questions left in quiet stress. Trump's wild claims make us think, cats and dogs on Pizza Rink. In Ohio, who can tell? News and laughter mix so well. Cliff Live bringing news to you. Tune in now, it's fresh and true. Politics with humor strong. Stay informed and sing along. Trump is shouting wild and loud, felon tales beneath the cloud. Cats and dogs beware, my friend. Springfield rumors never end. Cliff Live bringing news to you. Tune in now, it's fresh and true. Politics with humor strong. Stay informed and sing along.
All right, there we go. Can I vote for you instead? No, man, I don't want that kind of responsibility at all. That sounds terrible. Oh my god. What's been going on, King? How you been? We got the pumpkin dancing going on. How was your Halloween? You know, we actually had trick-or-treaters this year. That's not something I'm used to. When I lived in Hawaii, there was like no trick-or-treaters at all going door to door. It was all people doing trunk-or-treats. They basically just go out to a parking lot and people would have their cars there and they would get into trunks of cars and pass out candy, which to me is not, that's kind of lame. But yeah, we actually had some actual trick-or-treaters here. Maybe about 5 groups of people came. Election day soon, so how does it work that day? The election day? Well, for me, I'm registered to vote. I haven't voted yet. I need to, that's for sure. I think I'm gonna try and vote probably this Thursday. But we can check the polls. Let's see how the polls are doing. I'm gonna bet that it's still showing Kamala in the lead, probably. What we got here? Boom, boom. Here's our polls. Showing a lot of Democrat wins across the board here. Senate, yeah, okay. Where's the actual election poll? Okay, here we go. So we're showing 48 Harris, 46.8 Trump. So yeah, just kind of like what I thought. She is still ahead. But a lot of people don't even trust these polls. So who knows, man? A lot of people think these polls are BS. We really won't know until election day. Here's the different polls. It's super close. Look, 48, 48, 49, 50, 48, 50. It's very close. Some are showing Trump for the win. It's rough. Yeah, we got our election day coming up, so it's almost over. We'll have our president. Not quite there yet, but it's coming. I have to decide what I'm going to do for streaming after the election's over. The question becomes, what do I do with this channel? Is it about the number of votes that counts, or as many of the votes of the 50 states? It's about the electoral college mostly. That's usually who decides who's going to be president. So how it should work is your state should be looking at who they're representing as far as the people go, because those people want to get elected again, and those people usually are the deciding votes through the electoral college. But anywho, I saw some drama, so I want to kind of look at that. Let's back a little bit. All right, so this video is titled President Trump Tells the Hilarious Story of How the Garbage Truck and the Orange Vest Came to Be. So let's see some grade A trolling and what he has to say.
This outfit, you know, is when he called us all garbage. How stupid. What a stupid word. That blows deplorable away, don't you think? Of course, I thought irredeemable when she said deplorable or irredeemable. I thought irredeemable was actually worse, but deplorable seemed to catch up. But this garbage stuff blows it away. So I'm in this beautiful plane. I'm enjoying myself. I have a wonderful suit on. And one of my people came in and said, "Sir, you know, the word garbage is the hottest thing right now out there."
Yeah, we saw Tony Hinchcliffe call the Puerto Ricans garbage. So he's trying to combat that situation a little bit, putting it back on Biden when Biden was calling his supporters garbage.
The hottest thing out there, sir. Would you like to drive a garbage truck? Now, we're about, 30 minutes from landing. We had to do this pretty quick. I said, it's sort of cool, though, isn't it? Because, and I said, I think that's okay, but, I don't feel comfortable wearing a suit. And they pulled up this garbage truck. I don't know how the hell they did it so fast. I have very capable people. They put a big sign on the truck. Did you see it? I think they showed it. Yeah. And then they said, "Sir, we have a vest." I said, "Well, should I leave my suit on and put it over the vest?" But that doesn't look very good, right? That doesn't look good. So I said, "All right, look, let me take it off." And then I
saw a bunch of people saying that when he was climbing up into this truck that he tripped or some shit, and that it looked really bad. But just watching it from Fox News, this angle looked like he got up there fine. Nothing bad happened. That man is so unique. He does what nobody ever did. He's more of a showman than a politician. Yeah, he's a master troll is what he's doing.
I said, I climbed into the truck, but so I said, "How the hell do you get into this truck? It's way up high. It's a big one." This was a beauty. I said, "You didn't have to buy it that big, right? You have to get it that big?" They brought this brand new, gorgeous truck, wonderful driver. He looked like Cary Grant in his prime,
He knows how to entertain rather than speak on serious matters. Yeah. But this is getting the views. And the only way they could counteract this video was trying to say he was old and that he tripped climbing up there, which clearly he didn't trip. They just showed it.
This beautiful driver, and he drove that big thing up. And I said, man, this is bad, because now I have all the cameras are all watching. Look at all the fake news. They were, most of them.
Maybe he trips on the way down. Maybe when he gets out of there, we'll see it.
No, most of them, many of them
See,
were
look.
there. And I'm saying, oh, boy. You know, one little mistake with these guys and your political career's over. You can't even...
Are they saying when he pulled on the handle, he almost fell? Because that wasn't even that bad.
So I said, man, if I don't get up there, this is going to be very embarrassing. These stupid people, they'll say, he's cognitively and physically impaired. And I can't do that when I'm alongside of this great athlete. I got to get up to that. So...
That's exactly what they did, too. I saw all over X that they were saying, oh, he can't even physically get into the truck.
So look, so the first stair is like up here. I'm saying, shit. So I had the adrenaline going and I made it.
He's built like an Easter peep. You're not wrong with that. You're really not.
I made it. And then I gave a little news conference from the front of the, they asked their wise guy questions and everything. And then we drove about 2 feet. I got out, got into the plane. And then I got in the car and I'm driving over here and I have this still on.
He almost fell into the door. Holy cow. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like, but when I saw it on X and all the people complaining, they made it seem like he like fell down or something. Like it really wasn't that bad. He tripped a little bit, but it wasn't that bad.
And I come into the arena and I say, where's my jacket? I want to get out of this thing. And they said, it would be unbelievable if you could wear it on stage. I said, and I said, no way.
Nah, it didn't fall down, just a tough door. Yeah, like dude, young people could have did that. They could have tripped, not weighing the door properly. Wasn't really that bad. Of course, they kind of played it up and they thought, oh, he's old. He can't handle a door. He can't be president.
I got 25,000 people standing outside. I got all these people here. There's no way I'm wearing it on stage. They said, oh, okay, sir. I said, get me my jacket. But if you did, it actually makes you look thinner. I said, oh. And they got me. I said, I want to wear it on stage.
I'm 30, ain't doing that. Dude has butlers for that shit. Exactly. And that's pretty tall, too. That's pretty tall up there.
When they said I look thinner, I said, in that case,
come on,
I'll wear it on stage. I may never wear a blue jacket again. I may go in this. They said that was the word, that was the key. Sir, you look thinner. So anyway, we had a little fun about a very serious subject. We had a little fun about a time where our country is not having a lot of fun because we're not doing well as a country, but we're going to be doing well very shortly. I promise you that.
Yeah, so that was all hype. Him supposedly falling down and dementia dawn, all this craziness. Yeah, that was hype. Not even that bad.
Two hundred.
Hi, hi, hi. Okay, I know this is a short flight.
Hold up, hold up, hold up. Why is this unlisted? Trying to find yesterday. German Shepherd behind me? Yeah, that's my buddy Tank. I guess the way the camera works, it'd be this way. But yeah, that's the homie right there. So you know what they did yesterday is they told me there was going to be a White House press brief. They didn't say it was a gaggle on the Air Force One, but it looks like it was. Well, there was supposed to be one yesterday, and then they unlisted it. So I don't know what they said in that briefing, but they definitely did not want to keep it up for whatever reason. So yeah, they got rid of it. Okay, well, whatever. How about Hinchcliffe? What a bad move. For Trump, yeah. I mean, but the thing is, from what I saw on a different video, the Trump team had a transcript of all the jokes that he was going to tell, and they said it was fine. Definitely a bad move by them. I mean, they had to have done a little bit of research to know the kind of jokes that Tony Hinchcliffe was going to do. He's getting a lot of kickback too, which I don't really think he should get kickback for that. That's kind of stupid. You know, he's known for doing comedy roast. So that just seems stupid to hate on the guy for that. You know, they turn off comments at the White House too. I wonder why they do that. But yeah, it was a bad move for sure. Bad move on his part. So here is Trump. He is going to talk about the garbage incident that went on.
And 50 million Americans are not garbage.
So they're pretty much trying to turn it around and say Biden called all of us garbage to do away with the issue of Tony Hinchcliffe calling Puerto Ricans garbage, because of course the Kamala campaign took that and tried to blow it up and make it seem like a little bit bigger of a deal than what it was. But this is his attempt to turn it around on him. Let's see if he can pull it off.
This week, Kamala has been comparing her political opponents to the most evil mass murderers in history. And now, speaking on a call for her campaign last night, crooked Joe Biden finally said what he and Kamala really think of our supporters. He called them garbage. No way. No way. And they actually mean it, even though, without question, my supporters are far higher quality than Crooked Joe or Lion Kamala. Higher quality. My response to Joe and Kamala is very simple. You can't lead America if you don't love Americans. That's true. You can't be president if you hate the American people, which I believe they do. And Kamala Harris is not fit to be president of the United States. In no way is she fit. She doesn't have the intellect, the stamina, or that special quality that real leaders, people like Brett Favre, have. They don't have it. They don't have it.
Brett Favre, huh?
They don't have what he's got. Few people do, to be honest with you. Joe Biden's comments were the direct result of Kamala's decision to portray everyone who isn't voting for her, which is a lot of people, as evil and subhuman. And we know it's really what they believe, because look at how they've treated you. They treat you like garbage. They treat our whole country like garbage, with open borders, with all of the horrible things they've done to hurt our country, inflation that should have never happened, allowing Russia to go into Ukraine, October 7th, and Israel. All of these things would have never happened if you had a different president. For the past 9 years, Kamala and her party have called us racists, bigots, fascists, deplorables, irredeemables, Nazis, and they called me Hitler. They bullied you. They've demonized us. They've censored us. They've deplatformed us.
The fact a man who sits on a golden toilet is wearing high-vis upsets me, because for my job makes me wear it by paying force. Yeah, I mean, it's a political move, that's for sure. What's going on, Paul? What have I missed, man? What's been going on this week? We're about there. It's almost election time. We almost made it. I think next week is when I'm going to vote. I'm going to try to go in on Thursday if I can and knock it out.
And they weaponized the power of our own government against all of us. They've taken your money. They've thrown open your borders to criminals and terrorists. They've flooded your towns with deadly drugs and death. They're incompetent people. They've given your jobs to illegal migrants and sent our blood and treasure to fight in stupid foreign wars where the countries don't even know who we are and where we've never heard of the country. This Tuesday is your chance to stand up and declare you are not going to take it anymore. Six days from now, we can turn the page forever on this failed and corrupt administration. It's a corrupt administration, you do know that. We can declare once and for all that we are done with their hatred. We're done with their hysteria. We're done with their hoaxing, lying, cheating, scheming, plundering, and stealing. Oh, they steal.
How's the schedule work, man? I haven't looked it up yet. Like, you can't vote on the weekend, right? They don't volunteer on the weekend. Is that a thing? I looked up mine and it's at some church somewhere that I gotta go to, but it doesn't give the hours. I don't know actually when I can go in there. And I think in Florida, it's still early voting, right?
They steal. We're not going to let them divide and destroy America any longer. What we have built is the biggest, broadest, most incredible coalition and the greatest political movement in the history of our country.
If I could just do it tomorrow, I would do it. Just get it done. But I doubt they're open on a Sunday.
It's made up of hardworking men and women who make this country run, who really built this country. Originally, we have brought together veterans and union members, soldiers and steelworkers, farmers, and...
Love the drive through when he was at McDonald's. I was like, nah, that's fake. If that wasn't staged, they would be asking that car to pull into a spot and they would bring the food out to them, the ice cream. Oh, wait, what happened here? The ice cream machine probably still didn't work, so who knows? Oh, there we go. Man. I'm in WA, all mail or drop off. I think here I gotta go in person though, with it being Florida. Everything's classic voting. Politics has definitely turned into the Jersey Shore. It's entertaining, at least. I'll say that.
Auto workers and patriotic moms and dads of every race, religion, color, and...
I think after the election, I'm going to pivot to something else on this channel, though. Try to watch some other things.
Read, we're welcoming historic
I might get back into gaming.
numbers of African Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans, and Arab Americans. And we're uniting Christians and Jews, Catholics and evangelicals, Muslims and Mormons, and everyone who simply wants to do one thing: make America great again. Thank you. Our campaign has been endorsed by the 400,000 members of the Fraternal Order of Police and every single police group all around our country.
His makeup is high vis, like his jacket. Yeah, I think they have a light on him too. Did you see any clips from last night? No, what are you talking about? If there's another video I need to watch, let me know, man. I'll pull it up. But yeah, his makeup, I think they have like a light right on him, and it's reflecting off of his face.
It's been endorsed by the Border Patrol. We have the greatest people, that Border Patrol. Those agents are incredible. They've given me the strongest endorsement you've ever heard. The greatest president ever, they said. And they said, she is the worst person we've ever worked for. She, in 4 years, never called us one time about the border. And it's destroying our country, the border. So I want to thank the board to the most evil mass murderers in history.
Go forward a little bit.
Administration. People are safe. Our women are safe.
There we go. He's got those Taco Bell sweats. Yeah, it kind of looks like that a little bit.
The only thing I don't think I'm going to have him get involved with too much is the liquid gold under our feet. I want to say, look, Bobby, we got a lot of liquid gold, and I like it better than he does. But
Trump pretended to suck dick on stage. Now that you're going to have to find me a video for. Because I want to see it.
I'm going to give him a lot. Just take care of everybody's health. And he'll do a great job of it. He's really a very special guy, special. And Tulsi Gabbard, respected by everybody, she just signed on an endorsement and became a Republican. She just became a Republican. And another one is Buzz Aldrin. Now, I didn't realize this. I had respect for him for many years. Great astronaut, great person, highly respected. And I said, you know, he'd be good, but what's the big deal with Buzz? They said, sir, he just endorsed you, and he's never done that before. Wow. I said, listen, I want to mention his name.
I thought Buzz Aldrin didn't like him at all. That's weird. Let me look it up.
And I want to give a special thanks to a man that you may not have heard of, Brett Favre, because...
No, it's legit. Fox News is saying Buzz Aldrin backs Trump. And it's not just Fox News, it's also Yahoo. Yep. Politico. Yeah, it's legit. I really saw him as a Democrat. That's weird. But okay.
And his great family. What a beautiful boy. What a beautiful family. But this is a special guy. Man, does he have a hand, you know? This guy shook my hand. His fingers are like sausages. No wonder he can throw the ball so hard. There was nobody like him, really. I've watched him throw those 500-yard games like it was nothing. He was flinging it. He didn't throw it, he flung it, right? Thank you, Brett. What a great honor. What a great champion. What a great champion. And what a beautiful boy and family. Incredible wife. Thank you, darling, very much. Great honor to have you. Thank you, Brett. And I came in, I went on the plane, I'm watching, and I heard him get applause. And I'm a little upset because I think he got bigger applause than me, and I'm not happy. He got bigger than me.
Yep.
Thank you, Brett. Thank you, everybody. Isn't it an honor to have him? It's unbelievable. Kamala and Joe call all of us, and them, even them, garbage. I call you the heart and soul of America. You are the heart and soul.
Who's betting on riots? Are we going to see the destruction of America when the results actually come out?
You built our country. You know? You built our country. You built it. Far more than they built it, I can tell you that. You built it. And by the way, I want to thank all of our incredible sanitation workers all across America. Because they work hard, they really do work hard. And they do an incredible job, and they don't get the credit they deserve, like our police, like our firefighters, like so many others. They don't get the credit, but everybody knows we love them, and everybody knows they deserve the credit, and they will get the credit. And with us, we appreciate them. With the help of everyone here today, on November 5th, we're going to bring back our country, and we're going to bring it to...
Yeah, I hope not too, but I don't know, man. Tensions don't really seem high right now, but it could just be because people are waiting to see the results and then shit hits the fan again. But hopefully not. Hopefully nothing happens. I definitely don't want that either.
The levels of greatness that nobody actually thought even possible. So we're going to do that. November 5th is going to be the most important day in the history of our country. I believe that because we are in a country right now that's in serious decline, and we're not going to let the country decline. We're in a failing country. We're in a country that's being laughed at all over the world by other leaders.
I'm going to pull the video up in a second.
They laugh at our leaders. We're not going to let that happen anymore. That didn't happen 4 years ago. So while we're running a campaign of solutions to save America, and America which they have virtually destroyed during their almost 4-year period of rule, Kamala Harris, a very low IQ individual, is running a campaign of hate, anger, and retribution.
Okay, well, that was great. Video has been pulled from Reddit, but not from Elon Musk's X account. Hello, what's going on, Chad? We're back here. This should be our last one, probably before the election, I think. Seems pretty normal in my one-horse town. Not too many Trump signs this year. We got hella Trump signs out here, man. In fact, I was just riding behind this guy on a truck who had big Trump flags. They had the Florida flag, and then he had his Trump flag. I see that a lot, dude. I see it a lot. Let me see if I can pull up one of these videos that you posted here. Take this one down. All right.
What the absolute hell am I watching?
Don't start. Oh, see, the one you sent me is a guy's video with his commentary. I don't know if they're gonna take me down because of that, because it's not my video. We could try it and see what happens. Living in PA, East Side, lots of Harris. I could see that. Do we try this one? How much is it of this guy talking and not Trump talking? Adam won't care. All right, let's try it, I guess. How long is it? Let's see. 27. I'm gonna try this dude's video. See if he cares. Worst, he just copyright strike me and take my whole channel down. No big deal, right? All right, so we're gonna run this video. Someone told me that apparently Trump did some questionable actions last night, and this guy has some commentary on it. So let's see what actually happens.
Absolute hell am I watching? Does Donald Trump have some sort of secret to tell us? Because beyond this video that we just got tonight.
What?
We also have this video from a few weeks back where Donald Trump is detailing how much of a man
Thanks for the sub.
Arnold Palmer is.
This is a guy that was all man. This man was strong and tough. And I refuse to say it, but when he took showers with the other pros, they came out of there, they said, oh my God.
That's actually kind of funny, though. They're trying to, I don't know what they're doing here, trying to make him homophobic or whatever, but that's kind of funny. He's clearly joking. No Harris signs around here, but no energy for Trump. I've been wearing my Kamala hat around, and no one's made any comments about your Kamala hat yet? Maybe people just don't care. They're burnt out on politics. The election's almost here. They just want to get it over with. Hopefully no riots happen, and they can just move on with their lives. There is a Hispanic family across the street with a giant Trump flag on his house. It's funny watching white people call him racist. Do you actually have neighbors walk up to that dude and call him racist, even though he's Hispanic? Man, I would believe it.
That's unbelievable.
This is what Trump rallies have devolved to. And listen, I'm the last person to ever judge, but if you have a secret, just tell the world. Maybe that's his secret with Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. But with all seriousness, we are about 4 days out and we have no time to waste. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you're subscribed. I want to highlight Donald Trump's disastrous rally today.
Subscribe to Adam. I don't know who he is, but he's being cool and let me watch his video, so right on. Subscribe to Adam.
And also highlight some of the cognitive and physical decline he seems to be facing. There's a moment during his rally where he visibly fixes his dentures because he thinks that he's off camera while a video plays on the screen that he always brings with him. He fixes his dentures, then a minute later he complains, saying they're gonna accuse me of having physical and cognitive decline. Yeah, when you refuse to release your physical or cognitive exams or even take them, all we can go off are videos of you. So let's jump in with this video of Donald Trump in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, delivering some of his final arguments on the defense. He's been on the defense this entire campaign. He says in this clip, they're saying I'm cognitively impaired.
Clearly, Adam might be a little bit biased. Just throwing that out there, which, you know, he's a Harris supporter. That's cool. But to say he's been on the defense his entire campaign, there's been a lot of back and forth, dude. This whole election's been back and forth. Even now, it's back and forth. Like, come on. It's going to be back and forth until someone's actually elected. He goes to rallies and interviews MAGAs. Oh, okay. Is he one of those kind of guys that, like, tries to find the dumb MAGA and then post that for clips? Because I'm not a big fan of those. They do it on the opposite side, too. They'll find, like, the lowest IQ Harris supporter and ask them questions and... Man, like they do it for clicks, but it's like, come on. Come on, guys, really?
They're saying he's cognitively impaired and physically impaired. There's something wrong with them all because I have guys that are stupid back there. All right, what are you gonna do?
What's Donald Trump's obsession with this microphone stand? Watch this, watch this. He grabs it again and he violently yanks it towards him.
Physically impaired, there's something wrong with them all because I have guys that are stupid back there. All right, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, right? What a shame. But we're gonna come back. I'm gonna give you a free performance back in that corner. You got a bad area back there.
That wasn't that awkward. He just moved the microphone stand.
Free performance is anything like this, I don't want to see it. No, but
that was awkward. I'll give him that. That's a little bit weird.
all seriousness, this is not the demeanor of somebody that has good internal polling or somebody that is confident with 3 or 4 days left. I mean, just listen to the way he's just pissed off.
He talks to a lot of different folks, just tries to reason with them. That's cool. Like, not rage bait videos, like actually tries to talk to them. That would be cool. I'm all for that. Give the mic 3 old hawk tool. The old hawk tool. No. That's just awkward, man. Very awkward.
Stupid back there. All right, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, right?
What are you gonna do, he says. And notice how, so what he's referring to here is the microphones had a lot of problems because number one, he never pays his contractors, but number two, he just demeans them. So when the microphones came back online, a normal person would go, hey, shout out to the microphone people, we got it all figured out. But Donald Trump instead goes, we're not gonna pay them. We're not gonna pay these microphone people. They are so uniquely terrible. Here is a clip of Cardi B today campaigning for Kamala Harris in Wisconsin. Some good stuff over here. Then I'll show you more clips of Donald Trump.
Let me tell you something. I can't stand a bully.
I can't do Cardi B, bro. I can't. You don't have to play the whole clip if you don't want to. You got anything better? I'm running out of material, bro. The election's almost over. We're gonna make a pivot to something. I just don't know what it is. Cardi B's not it though. Like, oh man, Cardi B, no, can't do it.
But just like Kamala, I always stand up to one.
Her voice just God, man, it's terrible. There are 202 Trump with Diddy photos. Something tells me he learned his mic moves from him. Big old yikes on that, man. Possibly.
All the time, I'm ready for them. Yeah. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. I wasn't gonna vote this year. I wasn't. But Kamala Harris joining the race, she changed my mind completely. I did not have faith on any candidates until she joined the race and said the things that I wanted to hear, that I want to see next in this country. All right?
Boom, huge endorsement right there. Meanwhile, Donald Trump at his rallies is continuously waving his microphone, having issues over issues.
Hello? Hello? I don't think so. Hello? Is that better? Is that better? That's terrible.
He is actually pissed. Again, this is not the demeanor of somebody who's winning. I mean, just look at him absolutely screaming.
Better? Is that better? That's terrible. Is that better back there?
Oof.
Is that yes or no? What crap. The only thing I asked for is a mic. You don't have to give me, I don't even need a stage. I don't give a damn. Give me a good mic. And I went through 2 of these today. And it knocks the hell out of your throat.
He is going through a baby fit. He is going through a childlike tantrum. He literally, look at him sitting there, hello? And everybody cheers. I love how the people in the back cheer at everything he does.
Is that better? That's terrible. Is that better back there?
It's crap. He's like a
Is that
kid.
yes or no? What crap.
He's literally, he sounds like Scrooge right there. What crap, bah humbug. Here is again, Donald Trump adjusting his dentures while he thinks the camera's not looking. And this was before he said, oh, they're gonna accuse me of having cognitive impairment. I want you to read this article. Donald Trump's cognitive decline is becoming a troubling concern. Donald Trump's racism, sexism, xenophobia, and penchant for corruption have long made him unfit for any public office, let alone the presidency. But now, some people, even his supporters, conclude that the former president's mental acuity and sharpness are also in decline, and that his physical health and stamina are waning, and that his frustration and anger are boiling over with his old age. Is that not a perfect description of this clip right here that we just watched of Donald Trump absolutely breaking down due to his mic? Americans from both sides of the political spectrum should be alarmed by Trump's words and behavior. The nation must confront the fact that beyond his hateful character, he is crippled cognitively and showing clear signs of of mental illness. I mean, beyond the narcissism, his old age seems to have compounded his lack of knowledge, his absolute hubris, and all of these terrible qualities. There's no need to resort to armchair psychology to interpret what's apparent. If victorious, Trump would be the oldest president ever inaugurated. In recent weeks, he has canceled an increasing number of public appearances, with Trump's own campaign citing the candidate's exhaustion. I do want to say, despite his exhaustion, this dude is still doing 2, 3, sometimes 4 campaign events a day, all of them worse than the last. Here is a clip of Donald Trump saying, "The mic stinks," just pissed off.
We've seen that
All right, here we go.
stuff happen. We don't want to do that.
A little bit of mob mentality for you.
Mike. Yeah, I think the mic stinks.
Was this the same article written about Biden 5 months ago? Yeah, I mean, you can kind of tell like he has some issues with Trump, and he's gonna pull out every left kind of side article that he can find. But it's okay, man. I don't know who this guy is. Obviously, he does not like Trump. That's okay. You know, he doesn't have to like Trump. He does seem like he's stretching. I'll say that. Even with all of this like flub in this video, trying to play it up into something that's not really that big of a deal. It kind of reminds me of like a Jimmy Kimmel or like a Jimmy Fallon kind of thing, where they reach to find humor in anything, which is okay. It's not necessarily truthful. I don't like either party. Honestly, haven't voted since 2009. You should vote, bro. You should vote for sure. I'm not really like a big fan of either side either. I'm probably voting for Trump, but I'm not 100% like on the Trump train, you know? You're definitely not going to catch me riding around in the truck with Trump flags on it. Let's just put it that way, even though I'm in Florida. That ain't it for me.
I'm surprised these people don't begin to beat the shit out of the mic operator at some point. Why is this lady in the back screaming so loud?
She's hyped. She loves the Trump train.
I think it stinks.
It'd be cool if he just ripped the little stand out and like threw it, all pissed off like. That'd be cool.
Crazy.
So fuck this mic.
Crazy. Oh, that's what I was wondering what the hell they were shouting. I think this mic stinks, by the way. And then we don't pay the contractor. I say, don't pay the contractor. Then they write a story. Trump doesn't pay his bills. He's a bad guy. No, we've seen that.
You are the bad guy when you stiff thousands and thousands of contractors. We talked about that in another video, but journalist Aaron Rupar says, Trump has never looked more absurd than he does tonight.
And on day one, I will launch the largest deportation program in American history. I will rescue every city and town that has been invaded and conquered. These towns have been conquered. Think of what that means.
Conquered? He always uses this language. These villages have been taken over and swept up and conquered.
Conquered. And we will put these vicious and bloodthirsty criminals in jail or kick them the hell out of our country immediately.
I would like to see criminals go to jail. I would like to see people who have 34 convictions go to jail. People who tried to burn our Constitution. Here's Donald Trump saying that 60 Minutes or CBS should be forced to close.
Cut out part of the weave, and then it doesn't sound so good anymore. But the
thing that we haven't seen is obviously he wants to deport all of these immigrants. But what does that look like? That's the question that they should be asking Trump. How are you going to go about doing that? Is that going to be radical? Like people usually envision people taking guns where they go door to door and they confiscate them? Is that the plan? Like, are they going to go door to door and look for illegal immigrants and round them up? Because that's gonna be a bad look for him. I can already tell. Like that, if they were calling him a Nazi before, if people get video of that, man, the Nazi stuff might stick. This guy has no original talking points. Yeah, dude, he's trying to do the clip thing. He's trying to do the Jimmy Fallon kind of thing, which I don't personally like. That's why I like streaming and watching the full video in context, because it's really easy just to clip something and make someone sound stupid and make it sound like they said something they didn't say. But he seems like a young guy, you know, he's whatever, you know, he's probably trying to get views. So whatever, you know. He's done said seize money from the drug cartel. He wants to seize money from the drug cartel? I mean, that would be a good thing to me. If he wants to seize money from any cartels, by all means, please do it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not advocating for the cartel. Fuck them guys. People hype up presidential elections, but never your state senators or House of Reps. Plus, given senators' terms are 6 years and 2 state go to the Congress. Yeah, the president can veto Congress, but Congress can veto a veto. I vote when I need to, just not voting for 2 people I don't like. I mean, I'll agree with you. Like, your local politics are always more important. I'm with you there. But I still think you should vote, man. I think you should go out there and vote. Try to find the lesser of 2 evils, whatever you think that is. I'm with you. I think, and I've been saying this since the entire campaign has been going on for both of these guys, that I can't believe this is who we have. I really can't. It doesn't make sense. Obviously, they're not the strongest candidates. I don't get it. Makes no sense. I'll vote for Kanye. That's final. I mean, yeah, even if you just went in and wrote someone on your ballot, then at least you kind of did your duty, you know, as an American. So I would still do it. Just go in and vote. To send the illegals back? You're saying he wants to seize money from the cartels to send the illegals back? How does that work? I'm very confused on that one. I don't know what that means. I'm just thinking about him going door to door trying to seize up the illegals and how that's going to look really bad. It's going to, you know, you can agree with it. You could say, like, obviously these people don't need to be here, but when law enforcement is going out on the streets and trying to find these people, that's going to look shitty. It's not going to do him any favors. And the way the left likes to run with things, it's going to be even worse. And the media following it, my God, it's going to be a bad look. But he hasn't really mentioned what plan he has for sending these people back. I can't believe Trump is still in. Yeah, I mean, he's you got to admit, he's been really resilient to everything they've been throwing at him. I think it's almost that the Democrat side of the aisle threw so much at him, a lot of it not being truthful, that nobody believes anything that the media has to say anymore on that side. So it's at the point where they just yell, oh, he's like Hitler, he's a fascist, all this stuff, that he's to a point where he can get away with anything at this point because they've said everything about him. What is he not? And it gets to the point where obviously you're going to get a big population of people who don't believe it anymore. So now it's just, it doesn't even matter. At the border, seize money that they get from the cartels and the gangs that are taken over. I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know the plan with that. If they could prove the money was from the cartels, how do you prove it's cartel money? Go around asking for illegals is kind of like asking for your vaccine passport. Yeah, it is, man. It's fucked up. But this is what he's running on, though, right? He's saying he wants to send all of these illegals back, but how's he going to do it without looking like a Nazi? How are you going to do it? I think he's he's a pathological. I think he is pathological straight up. Sorry, my chat's moving really fast. Being shot at, he's probably like, should have went to Vietnam. I don't think so. Because if he went to Vietnam, he doesn't get any of the glory of being president. People got numb to him and the Citizen. I don't think it's... I mean, it probably is a little bit that they're numb to him, but they're also numb to all the things that have been said towards him that weren't true. So I think that side of the aisle doesn't believe anything those people say anymore. And that's how you get Trump. You know?
What 60 Minutes did and CBS, I think the license should be taken away from CBS. And I think that 60 Minutes should be forced to either close or take a very extended stay.
That was a big deal when he was saying all this stuff. But they were caught editing clips and doing a bunch of shady stuff. So you're either a licensed media company. I'm kind of with him on this. You're either a legit licensed media company that is out there doing real journalism and seeking the truth, or you're under the guise of entertainment. You know, and you have to be upfront of which you're actually doing. If you're just under the guise of entertainment, obviously these candidates are probably not going to do an interview with you. 60 Minutes should be reduced to 15 minutes. And that's weird because when I was a kid, 60 Minutes was a good show. It really was. It really was a good show. And sometimes they do have good things on there, but ever since Trump, man, they're so skewed. My chat's going quick. What would you say is not true? Not true about what? He said that in an interview, it's wrapped up in bundles on the gangs that are in Colorado, New York. They're taking over. They're going to seize the money from them. So his plan is to arrest the people in Colorado, like the people taking over the apartment buildings and taking all of their money. I don't think that's going to work out for him. I really don't think that's going to work out for him at all. And help the people they hurt and send them back. I mean, I understand he has a plan to send them back. Or he wants to send them back. I don't think he has a plan. I get it. It makes sense. But how are you going to do it? All MSM needs a satire badge like they have on Twitter. That's what I'm saying, man. Like they can't try to pretend that they're legitimate journalism and then get caught multiple times faking things or editing things out of context. Like it doesn't work like that. So for him to say that, obviously the Democrats ran with this and they're like, oh, he wants to silence free speech, blah, 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 blah. Look at all this stuff. No, but there does need to be some kind of integrity when it comes to the media again. And that's Fox News. That's, whatever, CNN. That's all of it, really. Fix edited the shit out of his appearances on Fox. Yeah, man, I'm with you. That's kind of what I'm saying. If both of those companies are going to keep doing that, then they should lose whatever license they have for journalism. It should turn into, this is an entertainment company. This isn't real. It's all fake.
And I'll tell you what, if a conservative broadcaster ever did what they did, it would be the end of their lives.
Conservative broadcasters do that all the time. He is referring to 60 Minutes splicing out 10-15 seconds of VP Harris's answer, which Fox News did for him in a recent interview. It's very normal to do that for time or for pacing purposes.
Nah, this guy's full of shit. They actually completely changed what her answer was. That's not exactly honest, but where I do agree with him is Fox News does the same thing for him. They both do it.
Now, these are the headlines Trump is leaving with his closing argument for the nation. Trump fumes over mic issues at Milwaukee rally. Quote, "Do you want to see me knock the hell out of people backstage?" Donald Trump's rally in Milwaukee today was derailed by technical issues as he seethed over microphone issues during his final planned stop in the swing state of Wisconsin. If God is real, he is reaching down and making sure Trump's campaign is going wrong every which way.
I really think this guy's taking a small clip of microphone issues and blowing it up to more than what it really was.
Crowd at the Fizzer Forum, the same venue that hosted July's GOP convention, chanted at times, "Fix the mic," while Trump pulled the microphone out of his holder and held it by hand, sometimes doing absurd gestures like the one we led this video off with. Let me just play this one more time. What the hell is this man doing? What in the hell is this man doing?
Yeah, and that's what we were really trying to find was that clip there, because that's the actual weird stuff. Him being upset about a microphone not working, that's normal. That's anybody's probably going to be upset about that. But him stroking off the microphone, that's the real story. That's some weird shit.
Doing. Actual presidential candidate, by the way. "I think this mic stinks, by the way," Trump says, "and then we don't pay the contractor. So I say I don't pay the contractor, then they write a story. Trump doesn't pay his bills, he's a bad guy." Let me just debunk this really quickly. If a contractor doesn't do something in the right way, or if a contractor completely blows you off, yes, you don't have to pay them. You don't have to pay them the full amount. But that is different than Donald Trump leaving 2,800 stories. I just made that number up, but it's thousands. It's in the thousands of stories of Donald Trump not paying contractors, leaving a paper trail of him not paying people working on his campaign or his towers or glasswork or...
That's legit. I've definitely heard that before.
So many different things. Quote, "Do you want to see me knock the hell out of people backstage?" Trump added later, calling it a pretty stupid situation. "I get so angry. I'm up here seething. I'm seething. I'm working my ass off with this stupid mic. I'm blowing out my left arm. Now I'm going to blow out my right arm. This is an old man who is not fit to be the president of the United States. If you can't take a hard campaign stop with 3 days to go, how are you going to take 4 years of a presidency without delegating to people like Elon Musk, people like RFK Jr., and that is my biggest fear. If you guys enjoy my...
Come on, man. You're kind of reaching for views on that. Yeah, that he kind of reminded me of like Saturday Night Live. Where is it? There we go. Be right back making coffee. All right. Did he just say he made the numbers up? Yeah, he did say that. He said, "I made these numbers up," which I don't think anyone was surprised that he made those numbers up. Trump just likes to tug at stuff. No biggie. Either it be dual fisting imaginary baby giraffes or the mic stand. Yeah, that was the weird part, though. Like, he's focusing on someone being upset about a mic not working. Of course they're going to be upset. That makes sense. The weird part was when he started stroking off the microphone. That was the video. All of that 11 minutes, they could have just brought down to like 2 minutes. Why is Trump doing this? This is weird. I would rather have Elon Musk and RFK in control than Harris. Yeah, for sure. Me too. Absolutely. I know Elon's getting a lot of hate, but I'm a big fan of Elon. He is a American hero, and people should be treating him like that. I see it all the time. Like, people on Reddit, they criticize Elon Musk. Like, losers on Reddit acting like somehow they are superior to Elon Musk. It's crazy. I would think Elon Musk would make implants mandatory. You mean for his Neuralink? I don't think so. I haven't seen anything in his character to say that. Elon was a god status for the left until he bought Twitter. Yeah, exactly. They loved him until he exposed the negative sides. And then all of a sudden they turned on him. It's nice to see him fangirl over Trump at his rallies. Literally the most emotions I've seen out of the dude. Yeah, that's weird. I'll give you that. Like him jumping around. That's weird. That is scary AF. Nobody's forcing us to get implants. Let's see some more CNN slander and see what else they got. Video. Here we go. So apparently there's a big report about the Trump campaign owing almost $2 billion. So I want to see what these CNN reporters have to say, what kind of slander they can come up with, and see what their details are.
Donald Trump's ballooning debt. A new Forbes breakdown of his finances shows Trump owes more than $1.8 billion, a number that's actually exploded just since he left the White House. Out front now, Forbes senior editor Dan Alexander, who's been pouring through Trump's finances. So, Dan, a lot of this debt actually comes from legal judgments, $454 million to the state of New York after being found liable for fraud. And he's actually racking up millions more in interest. Walk us through what else is there.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You know, the biggest one is that 454 plus the interest, you get to 482. Then you go to his real estate portfolio. He has 360 against a tower in San Francisco.
I thought they were talking about his campaign debt, not his actual debt.
You know, many of these buildings have lots of debt on them. But there's also the E. Jean Carroll case, two cases where he lost and it was ordered to pay $88.5 million.
I'm not really surprised that its real estate portfolio has debt on it. I don't know why we're showing that. Like, that's some kind of like breakthrough, man. If I had a Tesla, I wouldn't sell it. Beats gas, and I get to fuel up at home. I mean, Trump and Elon being in charge of all our agencies, that's scary as fuck.
Interest is also accruing on that. So if you put those two legal judgments together, just those things alone, you're at about $575 million. And then you have all of the real estate stuff on top of that.
So let's say even if case is under appeal, right? So there's a chance that changes. So if we put that aside, the legal judgments, you've been mentioning the real estate business. What really stands out to you most in terms of the debt there?
The one that I think will be potentially most troublesome for Trump is connected to 40 Wall Street. So he has $118 million of debt against that building. And his leasehold interest in the building, we estimate, is only worth...
They're really going on about his real estate. Like, are we surprised? Are we surprised that he has mortgages and loans out on real estate? I don't think anywhere he's ever tried to cover that up. Specifically when they brought on this video, they were going to talk about campaign debt, not his personal debt and real estate. It's just weird. It's like they're really reaching to try and find something.
$116 million. So it looks like the building is a little bit underwater. And that debt comes due in July of next year. So he's got to figure out a solution here pretty quickly. There are two options. One is he could go find a bank to refinance the loan. But banks are going to be pretty skeptical of refinancing an old, aging office building where the occupancy is going down since COVID. Or he can pay for it himself. He has about $400 million in cash. Also, these legal judgments hanging over his head. Does he really want to tie up, say, $120 million paying off this debt? That's going to be tough for him to do. But in any case, he's going to have to figure out some solution here as he's rounding the corner into 2025.
So he talks a lot about just how much cash he has. Bottom line, does he actually have enough cash to cover these debts?
You know, the big question is whether or not he sells off shares of the Trump Media and Technology Group. This is the parent company to Truth Social. Mm-hmm. Right now, he has about $410 million in cash, but he has $1.8 billion in liabilities. So
if you don't have debt in real estate, are you even in real estate? But the thing is, like, they're asking this guy questions like he knows how much money Trump has. Like, he's going to be able to solve that equation. And he's just bringing out of thin air, Trump has real estate debt. Well, no shit. We all know that. This guy doesn't know how much money Trump actually has. He probably can't even get down on what income Trump brings in to pay off these debts. He's just looking at these buildings and going, oh, big scary number. We can actually throw this out on CNN.
He's going to have to sell something. And those shares right now they move a ton, but today are worth over $4 billion. That makes up the majority of his fortune right now. If he sells a big chunk of those, especially if it's before the election when people are really excited about it and it's trading really high, he could easily pocket $500 million, $1 billion, and then he wouldn't have to worry about debt concerns at all. If instead he hangs on to them, then he might be in trouble.
So even with the assets that you do know about, you're saying he's not in hot water. Not even counting the income that he's generating while bringing in, the side of the equation you're not even talking about here. So this whole story, what you just said, is a nothing burger. Why are we even talking about this?
What are the chances, though, of that happening?
Of him selling, you never know. I mean, it would, from a business perspective, it would make sense for him to sell them. Okay, this is a guy who needs cash and he's got a huge asset and these are liquid shares. He should sell these from strictly a business perspective. Also, he can sell a big portion of his shares and still hang on to a big portion of the company. So it just makes a lot of sense, but it would send the signal that he's not fully behind it, maybe he doesn't fully believe in it, and Donald Trump doesn't like to project weakness. So how do you predict how Donald Trump's ego plays into all of that? That's a very difficult question to answer.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see, and fascinating that some of these zones, including the one you mentioned, 40 Wall Street, coming up next summer. That is a lot to think about. Really appreciate it, Dan. Thank you.
The Wall Street Journal notes.
Wow, that was terrible. That really was like an awful video. Really, like awful. Like there must have been a slow day. Really must have been. This is what I'm talking about, man. Like, this is our media. This is it. This is really it. This is what we got. Insane. Let's see what else CNN can say about them. Surely somebody's got some real dirt on the Trump campaign, right? That's why I just watch Dubai news from now on. I mean, it is pretty sad when you have to get a perspective on American politics from a different country. That's sad. That's like some China stuff. So we're going to try this one. It's more CNN smear campaigns against Donald Trump. But this one specifically, they caught me with the title. And it says, Vance suggests upper and middle class kids become trans for college admission. So it's going to be a doozy.
Say in a statement, I guess it was in a fundraiser or some sort of private event, that no Obamacare. And President Trump disputed that because Kamala Harris attacked him for that. Trump posted on social media, quote, Lion Kamala is giving a news conference now saying that I want to end the Affordable Care Act. That's Obamacare. I never mentioned doing that. Never even thought about such a thing. You know, it was a major part of his action as president. Ron Brownstein points out Trump hosted a ceremony.
I think the issue is that if he has massive debts at his national security threat, combine that with his and Elon's close contact with Putin and other adversaries. No, I understand that. But the guy literally just said that he could sell part of his assets and cover all of his debts, not even factoring in Trump's income. That's why the whole interview was completely nothing. They literally just tried to make an issue about Trump having real estate debt somehow be important when it was not important. I get it. I get it. To hold your security clearance, you can't have crazy debts. They're scared you're going to make some deals with some foreign countries. Got it. But that was not the case. The guy literally said Trump has this debt, but he can cover it. And that was the whole article. That was it, or video rather. That was it. That was like a slow day at CNN for what they were trying to say.
At the White House, after the House voted to repeal Obamacare in 2017. That one seems like fair game to me from the Harris team.
First of all, I was at that event in 2017. And it really was spiking the football on the 1 yard line.
Yeah, because it did not.
Terrible event.
I
don't understand why we did it, but it happened. I will say that President Trump said maybe a month ago that hands off Obamacare. So there has been this accusation, and he has consistently, at least over the last 6 weeks, 7 weeks, have been saying that getting rid of Obamacare is off the table. So I'm not sure it is a fair hit, but I do appreciate your other fact checks earlier. I do want to say that.
But he hasn't come up with anything.
I don't know why they're sneaking all this other stuff in about Obamacare when that's not what the title was about.
I mean, since 2015, actually, I think he told CNN it's going to be beautiful.
Let's have Maria come in here.
And recently, he might, I don't know if he's said that actually hands off Obamacare, because if Speaker Johnson does everything he says, and he just said he's going to repeal Obamacare. And the problem is, and I think you lived it, that there is no replacement. In fact, recently he said, we have a concept of a plan. And that's exactly the problem. Obamacare is incredibly popular, whether you call it Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act, for every single coalition of voter in this country. And that's why that's problematic.
So we're getting into a lot.
Did she just say Obamacare was popular with everyone? Is that really what she just said?
The last minute, 5 days left, people saying things. J.D. Vance just sat, Senator J.D. Vance, Donald Trump's running mate, sat for an interview with the great and powerful Joe Rogan today, and he was talking about DEI, and here's some new stuff.
If you are...
Oh, it's from this interview. That's where they're going to come from. Okay. I haven't got the chance to watch this yet, but I heard it was pretty good. So let's see. Let's see what he has to say.
A, middle class or upper middle class white parent, and the only thing that you care about is whether your child goes into Harvard or Yale. Obviously, that pathway has become a lot harder for a lot of upper middle class kids. But the one way that those people can participate in the DEI bureaucracy in this country is to be trans. If you become trans, that is the way to reject your white privilege.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know if anybody wants to talk about that.
Please.
All right.
Well, look, I think the overall point he's trying to make.
Just go on to the next subject if you want.
Look,
just be trans, guys. Why not? Get you a scholarship. Hook yourself up. That way you don't have to join the military.
I do think there is something there that this DEI woke, agenda that we see on the news, and that the Democrat Party really flocks to, I think, a
diversity. Just so people at home might not even know what this is: diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's
everybody knows what DEI is. Shut up.
Program to boost minority representation and what?
It's not just it was women, people of color, and low-income people. A lot of low-income white people benefit from.
Well, look,
DEI
J.D. Vance is succeeding. We're talking about
from DEI programs. No, they don't. Shut up. That is fucking ridiculous. To sign up and be trans so you can get a scholarship?
DEI on our show.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're all very good at. Well, look,
you gotta do what you gotta do, man. I'm just saying.
There's also some merits to, getting to the positions by your merit and not just by, a demographic checkpoint. But overall, I think the woke, we can say that word over and over and over again. Americans are getting tired of it. They're getting tired of us getting outraged at everything J.D. Vance and Donald Trump says.
I'm not outraged. It's just the latest. I hadn't even heard it. It was the latest thing. I want to show the Kamala ad about the Kamala ad, Spanish language ad about the. We just aired, and then I'm going to give Maria.
They really glossed over that really quick. It's like they didn't even care.
30 seconds to respond. Can we just run that ad, please?
Let's see this.
Kamala backed Biden on everything. She supported his disastrous economic agenda, higher taxes on the middle class. Kamala backed...
Basura, somos más. El 5 de noviembre, Trump entenderá que la basura de unos es el tesoro de otras.
Okay, so the first part of that was not was a Trump ad against Kamala Harris. Can you translate the Spanish language ad? Because I don't know what it said, but I know it's airing in Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia.
It says, This guy said we are trash. We are not trash. We are so much more. And it talks about scientists, it talks about doctors, it talks about lawyers, it talks about Supreme Court justices, it talks about actors and actresses and singers and everything that has come out of that amazing 35 by 100 mile little tiny island that they want to believe and have told people they think it's trash. It is, Jake, I have to say, you know, I've been working in Latino politics for a very long time. One of the most culturally competent ads I have ever seen.
They really tried to like nail this down. The whole garbage thing that some comedian just happened to say at a rally. Yes, Trump should have vetted the comedian better, of course. But Biden said the same thing about Trump's entire fan base being garbage. So you can't really come from a place of moral superiority when you do the same thing. It doesn't really work.
And it is incredibly compelling. It has gone viral.
You think it's going to make a difference?
I think it's going to make a difference. They've put money behind it,
Okay.
and it's going to be seen in all of the battleground states.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. I think you really tried to push the racism thing and it didn't really work. It's the backlash rather than the action. I think even the backlash is kind of played up. I don't really think people are that upset about that comedian, to be honest. The aftermath of the mindset of the people, yeah, I don't think it was that big of a deal, to be honest. I don't think people are that outraged. I think they're trying to make clips of people to post to try to get people to be outraged, but I don't think people are that outraged. That's just my opinion. Just saw on X that the NFL will fine Nick Bosa for wearing a MAGA hat. What are our thoughts on that? Should they be fined for that? That's a tough one, man. I don't know. I think ultimately if you're running a football organization, you don't want people campaigning there either way. Now, I had argued with some girl calling Puerto Rico trash, called me a liberal defending the country. There's a difference between actually calling Puerto Rico trash and then making a joke that Puerto Rico is trash. You know? As a Puerto Rican descent, I thought his joke was funny. I didn't see the full set, so I can't say it was funny. I saw the clip where he just says Puerto Ricans are trash, and there was no like climax to the joke. It was literally just Puerto Ricans are garbage. So maybe I need to see the full thing to actually see it in context, but just looking at the joke from the clip that I saw, it wasn't funny. But because it wasn't funny doesn't mean they need to play it up as much as they're playing it up, you know? The joke just didn't land. That's how I felt. He tried a joke, it didn't work. He's a roast comic who pushes the boundary. Like, that is who he is. That's the guy. If political views are not allowed, the fine should be good. I thought when they were having all those football players kneel, at some point they did make some kind of like regulation on them to where you couldn't do anything political in football. They wanted to get away from all of that because they were losing business. So if they made it to where someone cannot kneel for the national anthem, I would say the MAGA hat also rolls into that because that's also them talking politics, you know? Did you see the MAGA guy that flipped out at the polling place? No, I haven't seen that. I think I saw a video of some dude yelling at a worker, actually, because he had his MAGA hat on and she asked him to take it off. I might have seen that. If that's the one you're talking about. I did see another one where this old lady had a MAGA shirt on, and I told her she couldn't wear that, so she just ripped her shirt off and voted in her bra. Which that's crazy. Just craziness, man. This country. I think Harris is...
More power and more power.
Yeah, she's going to speak at our rally. So Puerto Rico being called trash is offensive, and nobody bats an eye at Shane Gillis playing Trump for 2 hours. We know which side has a sense of humor. I didn't see him doing 2 hours of Trump, but I did watch, maybe this is what you're talking about, where they had, it was on Kill Tony, they had a Biden impersonator and a Trump impersonator. They did that for like one episode, which was hilarious, by the way. That was so funny. He's really good at playing Trump. He really is. They actually asked him to be on SNL, but he declined. I think he had bad blood. I think they previously fired him over something, and he didn't want to go back. He doesn't really need them anymore. He's super famous. That's it? Yeah, that was funny. That was hilarious. Was this 2 hours at a political event? No, I think he's talking about Kill Tony. I get what you're saying, though. Like, maybe they should have vetted Tony's joke better being at a political rally. But you have to know at the same time who the comedian is and what he's going to do. And that's why no one batted an eye. Yeah, I see what you're saying. But it doesn't, I don't think you immediately jump to the conclusion that Trump is a racist because he had a roast comedian at one of his rallies. I think that's where it gets a little squirrely. You could look at that and go, hey, I don't think that comedian should have been there. That joke was in bad taste. But the way they take it out of context and blow it up to something that it's not, that's where it's weird. Didn't he get fired from SNL over an Asian joke? It was something where they were being very sensitive. Some of these people at rallies are not really hip to the young comedians. Yeah, but still, I'm sure they introduced him as a comedian, and he spent his entire set roasting everyone. So just looking at context of, oh, this guy is making fun of everyone, like, you should be able to put the pieces together and not go, oh yeah, this is a Klan rally. Like, come on. They're taking it to extremes. Like, come on, really? How many videos did you see of them clipping Tony and then somehow them transitioning into Trump being a Nazi? Like, that's where it's like, no, that's too far. The other speakers were almost as bad. I mean, they had, what's that Mexican comedian? They had him at a Democrat rally saying that Mexicans were lazy and they were going to steal things from America. Nobody blew that up. Nobody cared. Because they know they're comedians. The reason why he doesn't do work with any more televised programs, I mean, for Tony, though, he doesn't really need to do it. I'm sure the Trump campaign paid him hella money. Not only that, he has his own show that is doing really well. I don't think he's worried about television because they're not going to allow him to do the kind of jokes that he wants to do. He doesn't though. Honestly, he's doing well. Yeah, I mean, Tony's at the peak of his career. Like he's not hurting for money at all. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the restroom. All right. All right. All right. What else is going on in politics? What else is happening in the world? So there is a Harris campaign going on. Hi, what is this stream? This stream is whatever you want it to be. So they both did rallies today. There's a Harris rally going on right now, and there's a Trump rally going on right now. Or was going on. Actually, it ended 30 minutes ago. In other news, some girl I was dating dumped me because I wasn't afraid of the results coming on Tuesday. How does that work? So I'm assuming she was freaking out, thinking that there's gonna be riots going on, which there very well could be. But you've accepted that if shit happens, shit happens. So she was mad at you because you were remaining calm. At least that's what I'm assuming what happened. Apparently, I should be scared. I told her I'll still get up and go to work on Wednesday. What did she want you to do? Like flip a table and freak out and nail the door shut and get your AR ready? Like, what did she want? Whatever happens, I still gotta clock in to be able to afford my eggs and milk, so who gives a shit what happens? Exactly. But you think she would want you to remain calm. Like, be the person that is, I don't know, level-headed in the relationship, stay calm, work on the issue, protect her if need be, have a plan, that kind of thing. Not freak out. You know what I mean? I don't know what she really wanted you to do. Like, yeah, that's a weird one. That's odd. I told her I was voting third party. Sex was great though. So was it she was mad at you for voting third party? Was that the real reason? Like she wanted you to like pick a side? Was she one of those? Pick her side? Cuz that's definitely a thing that's out there. Thank God the vast majority of people around us at all times like the same football team or all hell would let loose at the bars. Yeah, it sounds like she wanted you to vote her side, and that was more the issue. She thought Trump was going to get into a war. I told her to look at the track record. Yeah, see, I know exactly where this is going. She wanted you to vote for Harris and you told her no. So then she decided that you guys were not a match. That's what happened. I may hit her up tomorrow though. No, I swear I'm voting Harris, and then, you bang, and then just kidding. Actually, riding the Trump train. Yeah, she sounds crazy. Not worth it. Not worth the effort, man. You got to get all that craziness out of your life. Come to think of it, I just may keep saying I voted Harris just for the sex. You could. You could. It's a play. Who's gonna stop you? Nobody. If she ain't wearing a flag as a cape next to you at that booth, then she ain't the one, cuzzo. She probably not the one. But it is the one he wants to bang. She's the one right now. I now identify as a Harris supporter. Just wait until you guys get into an argument. And you let her know that you're a Trump supporter. See how mad she gets. And I know she isn't the one. That's why this is funny as hell. Yeah, I would like to see the video when she finds out. That's what I want to see. Fake it till you make it. How do you strave a MAGA? Hide their food stamps under their work boots? Okay, all right. Yeah, make sure you record it when she finds out. I want to see her reaction. She might kill you. She might.
Others that.
Oh, here we go. This is the one right here. So they got Tulsi Gabbard on Dr. Phil. I'm going to see what she has to say.
People have been critical of Trump now and others that I think practice diplomacy by having a relationship with dictators around the world. Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
No, we should never talk to our enemies. We should never try to have communication with our enemies at all. and then they're magically going to go away, and nothing bad is ever going to happen by just ignoring them and pretending they're not there. If she attacks as a white, can I yell the word star before she attacks? Oh, world star. Yo, world star before she attacks. You could try it. Just make sure it's on video. I think that'd be like a skill that you would want your president to have. You could almost call it like a business skill. Like a skill that a businessman would have.
For the intro.
Write them love letters and take their word over US intelligence? No, I'm not saying that. I'm definitely not saying that. But to criticize any president for talking to your enemies, that's just stupid. It really is. It's just dumb. That's who they should be talking to. You should be talking to your allies. You should be talking to all of the world leaders, right? That's how it works. You're the president. You should be communicating with these people, see what's going on, what kind of trades, can we benefit each other, can we make deals, that kind of thing. Maybe get to a point that you're not enemies. Not privately, one-on-one with no records. I think these conversations happen privately more often than what you're aware of. That's kind of how this job goes. The guy who brought us the Cash Me Outside girl should be a name in politics. It is weird to see that Dr. Phil's coming back. I used to skip school and watch this guy so much. And it's weird that he's getting popular again. He's actually coming back, and I like his show. I really do. He kind of teeters on the line of trash TV. Recently, he's been doing more political things, more professional kind of things, but his show's entertaining. You can't say it's not entertaining. We don't even know what kind of shit he is working on with Putin, and that's how most presidents are. You don't know what most of those conversations are. You can say that for any president. Right, strike me. These bastards. All right. So that one's not going to work. How dare you? It's because of Dr. Phil. It's not because of Tulsi. Tulsi always lets me stream her videos. All right, so now I'm going back on my word. Dr. Phil is a evil man with a terrible show. Yeah, they're over here trying to kill my stream just from that one video. All right, there we go. Now we're back. Okay, yeah, now we're back. But that one's not going to work. But still waiting for Harris to come out. They flagged me. I didn't get a strike. They just said, hey, we're going to block you if you don't turn this video off. They usually give you a notice first, and they give you some time to like take it down. And then they strike you if you don't take it down. But if you take it down, you're fine. Usually. I think I still have a warning, so I don't. Do I have a warning? Maybe not. Oh no, I disputed that last one and actually won, surprisingly. Yeah, I was surprised that they actually gave it to me. So I can't vote the Thursday like I was wanting to because election day is the 5th. So when do I vote is the question. I need to do that. Election calendar. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with this channel after the election because nobody's gonna care about politics after that. Do you think Kamala will say anything else or just the same rhetoric as always? Probably not anything new. I think both of them are kind of done. Like I was saying, they have until the 5th. So this is it. This is the last weekend. They're not going to do anything groundbreaking on the last weekend. They're just going to sling mud at each other. Because Trump's doing another rally today as well. So I don't think there's going to be anything new or crazy, to be honest. If Trump wins, there's going to be a lot of political discussion to be had. That's true. And I'm still gonna do that kind of stuff. So I still want to do the White House press briefings when I can. If they do them on Fridays, the only time I really get to do them. And then any kind of like major news that happens, I still want to do that. If Trump wins, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of like political BS out there. But if Kamala wins, what is there to really do, you know? Most of the media articles are going to be positive. It's tricky. I'm at a point where I really don't know who's going to win. It's interesting. I do have a weird feeling that Trump's going to win, though. I don't know why. Could be completely wrong, but I have this weird feeling that Trump's going to win. Is it over yet? No, it's not over yet. The party's just starting if Trump wins. I didn't realize that we have limited time left with KJP. My day is ruined now. I wonder who the next person is going to be. And if they're going to be just as awful. No matter who they pick, it's going to be a biased person towards the president. That's something you just have to accept. But I don't know. I don't know what kind of character they're going to throw up there now. I'm fairly confident that Harris will win handily. She could. She could. I don't know. I feel like Trump's going to win. Maybe it's like just me being in Florida and seeing all the Trump flags around and not really getting to many different parts of the country recently, like during the election. Could be that. For Florida, it's definitely Trump country. We have our spots. There's certain coffee shops that you go to and you can tell, well, they don't hide it, that they're definitely like liberal. But for the most part, when I'm out and I'm looking at the signs, they're all Trump. The thing I've noticed too is people care more about local politics here. Why do they not have a microphone? There's no volume at all. There you go. Finally. Let's cut the music off. How about that? Who is this guy? Trump lost in 2020 and has only lost supporters since.
It is great to be with you. I am Josh Stein, your Attorney General and the Democratic nominee to be the next governor of North Carolina.
Usually these guys will announce her coming out.
I am thrilled to welcome back Vice President Kamala Harris. Are y'all excited to see her?
Harris is clearly more popular than Biden. Is she? Is she though? Like really? I don't know, man. I still go back to thinking that people just really don't like Trump. Usually when they're backing Harris, it's because they were going to vote Democrat either way, or they just don't like Trump. I don't know too many people that actually like Harris for Harris. You know? It seems like people like her because that's the choice that they were given. You can say really the same thing about Trump, you know, because he's the Republican too. Damn typos. I got what you're saying though. I got what you're saying. But I don't know, man. I haven't met anyone that's like, yeah, I really like Harris, that it wasn't obvious that they didn't really like Harris. They just liked that it wasn't Trump. Or that was their party, you know? A root canal is more popular than teeth being pulled too. Oh yeah. I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see her being that popular.
Are you excited for a new generation of leadership? Another question. Who here, like me, loves North Carolina? North Carolina is home.
Harris energized Democrats for sure. Did she though? I don't know, man. I don't see it. I really don't see it.
Home to exceptional people. Folks who look out for each other in times of crises, who rebuild and renew, who believe in brighter days and a stronger North Carolina. I'm running for governor because I love our home state.
They have your hat on out there. Check them out.
And I believe in the promise of North Carolina. That if you work hard, where you come from should never limit how far you can go. To deliver on that promise, we must invest in our people and their futures so that together we build a safer, stronger North Carolina where the economy continues to grow and works for everyone.
Okay, bro.
Or it's defending a woman's right to choose and everyone's right to vote.
I'll agree, Paul, but no Democrats wanted Biden, so any replacement would have been treated the same. When are we saying that Harris energized the Democrats, though? Like, what are we kind of pointing to for that? A whole bunch of them? Because it could just be that I don't remember. It's been a long campaign. But I'm trying to point to a time where Harris was like, she nailed it, you know? And I can't really think of a time that she just like nailed it. Like there wasn't something in the back of my mind going, this is because of this. You know, that kind of scenario. Like, it's not really, you know?
Friends, those freedoms and so much more are on the line this November. The stakes couldn't be higher, and the choice could not be clearer. Two competing visions. Ours,
The hats? Yeah, they got the hats out in full force.
Kamala Harris's vision is optimistic, forward-looking, welcoming. It's about fighting for every person, creating opportunity for every person, and tapping the potential of every person so that together we build a better, brighter future for all of us.
She became popular after the Trump-Biden debate. But to me, it didn't seem that she actually became popular. It seemed that the media was more just throwing her in our face. You know, it was more like she got a media push, not really that she was popular. It was just kind of like a weird switch that happened. They went from hating her to now all of a sudden they really like her.
Donald Trump and Mark Robinson's vision is one hope over hate, competence over chaos, decency over division. And we can, but y'all live here, you know this, elections in North Carolina are always close. But that means that we have power. The power to determine who wins.
Rallies aren't everything, but they've been hyped. What about your village's community down there? For Florida? Florida is mostly Trump. So like the spot I'm in Florida, it's mostly white, and then the second is probably Hispanic. And when I look around, like all of the signs, man, all of them are Trump. I don't really see any Harris signs. I see more local politics, to be honest. I see the big thing in Florida right now is Prop 3 and 4. So we have legalizing marijuana, and we have if we want abortion to be legal. Those are our main issues that are going down on the ballot. And it seems like people are focusing more on that than they are the president campaign or the election in general. It seems like these are the things that people care more about. You think that would kind of lead into who they're going to vote for president as well. But most of the signs that I see are for Trump.
And who loses? We've got 3 days left to knock on doors, to post on social media, to talk to friends, family, and neighbors. Victory is right in front of us. We just have to.
Please welcome Kerry Washington.
You think Florida's going to flip? And possibly Texas too? I don't know, man. It's interesting to watch. You know, I want to see it. I don't know if it's going to flip, though. And you got to think, too, like, even just me, like, saying Florida, I'm only talking about my part of Florida. What are the other spots in Florida? Like, what is Miami doing? That's probably more Democratic, right? They're probably voting Harris. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just kind of freeballing that, but maybe.
up for your next governor, Josh Stein. Thank you, Mr. Attorney General. How we feeling, North Carolina? It is so wonderful to be here with you in this beautiful state on this gorgeous afternoon, and it is exciting to see so many of you. So, yes, give it up for yourselves.
Whoa.
So, early this morning when I was headed this way, I was at the airport and I was coming to you, and this lovely woman said the thing that inevitably gets said whenever we are in a kind of heightened political moment, right? She pulled me aside and she said, Olivia Pope, are you gonna fix this? Olivia Pope, are you going to save the day? Listen, I am so lucky, so blessed to have had the opportunity to play one of the most iconic political characters ever written. But the reason I'm here in North Carolina is that I'm here to remind you that the future of this country and the soul of this democracy is not in Olivia Pope's hands, it's in yours. Because here's the sad truth. Olivia Pope is not real. I'm sorry, it's true, she's not real. Olivia Pope can't vote, she can't volunteer, she can't call her friends and family members and remind them how important they are, urging them to vote. Olivia Pope, she can't phone bank, she can't text 5 friends. Olivia Pope can't knock on doors. She can't babysit her brother's kids while he goes out to vote. She can't give her
So speaking of riots after the election, I was at work the other day and they sent out this email to everyone saying, stay calm when it comes to the election. Everything is going to be okay. You know, people need to calm down. Don't fight. All of this stuff. So they sent it out to everyone. And of course, that causes people to talk about politics. So as I'm walking around the corner, there's this guy and he is just bitching about Trump. He hates Trump, going off the wall about Trump. And I was just thinking, like, if you guys would have just not sent that email out at all, we wouldn't have people talking about politics, because nobody was talking about politics. Like, people were not even going there until they sent this email out, which triggered people to talk about politics. And now people are obviously venting in the hallway. And people are giving their political views on everything.
Neighbor who doesn't drive a ride to the polls. Olivia Pope can't go to iwillvote.com/ That is an absolute act of love. Your vote matters. Every vote matters. That's why you have to stay in line, North Carolina. That's why you have to show up.
Ooh, I don't want to say.
Stay in line. Now listen, there are
Somebody's going to track me down and try to kill me.
thousands of you here right now. If each one of you here was to convince one person to show up and vote for Kamala Harris, that could be the difference in this race. So what I want you to do is I want you to talk to people. I want you to reach out to the folks that you love most. I want you to ask them what they're thinking about. What are they worried about? What's on their heart? Because whatever issue they care about, here's what I know. Kamala Harris has a better plan to improve your life and the lives of the people you love. Kamala Harris has real plans, not concepts of a plan.
Concepts of a plan.
Kamala Harris is a leader who sees us, she understands us, and she will fight for us, the people. She will be a president who works for all Americans, not just the ones who vote for her. Now, I know that we are reaching the point of the campaign where it can get hard, right? If you are knocking on doors, I know your legs might be getting a little tired. If you are phone banking, maybe your voice is getting a little hoarse. If you're texting voters, maybe your thumbs are getting sore. Maybe your eyes are burning from all these campaign ads. But I have got good news for you, North Carolina. When we elect Kamala Harris as President of the United States, and Tim Walz as Vice President, and Josh Stein as Governor, all of your work would have been worth it. It will be worth it. When this is over, none of us wants to say we could have done more. We want to say that we stood up, that we showed up, that we showed out. Yes. So let's do this, North Carolina. Let's do it for our families. Let's do it for our futures. Let's do it for our democracy. Let's do this for love. Let's do it because we love our country and we love each other and we love ourselves enough to know that this is our moment. We matter. We are the people. Make sure it gets handled, North Carolina. I love you. Thank you so much.
MAGA 2024. There he is. There he is, Mr. Liberty. Unfortunately for you, my good sir, this is a Harris rally. Is this her? Is she coming? Nope. Some dude.
Hello, Charlotte. It is so great to be with so many friends that I see today. I see a lot of people I know out there. Thank you for caring about the future of our state and our country, and for showing up to do the work to elect the next President of the United States, Kamala Harris. One thing, guys, that I want to mention, I know we are still holding Western North Carolina close to our hearts. Helene was the most devastating storm in our state's history, but our work on response and recovery continues every single day. And I know that all North Carolinians will be with our brothers and sisters out west for the long haul. Thank you for that. But even Mother Nature doesn't stop this election from moving onward. And out on the campaign trail, Vice President Harris is showing us every day how we can turn the page on Donald Trump and chart a new way forward. You know, I want an American president who wakes up every morning thinking about the American people. Not an American president who wakes up every morning thinking about himself. Donald Trump is too focused on his own power and grievances to care about your life, your cost of living, your family, your freedoms, your futures. Donald Trump has an enemies list. He would start day one using it to seek revenge. Kamala Harris has a to-do list. She'll start day one using it to help you, the American people. Now look, I've known Kamala personally for almost 15 years, back when we were state attorneys general together. And ever since I've known her, Kamala Harris has been fighting and winning for everyday people. When the big banks were ripping off homeowners, she took them on. When the drug cartels were poisoning our streets, she helped put them in jail. She gets the job done for people who need her, and that's good. because we have a lot of challenges over the next few years. But I know that we have one hell of a fighter ready to take them on. I know that because I know her. Now, there are some people out there who are still deciding who to vote for. People who love our country, respect our Constitution, just having problems thinking what to do. I would ask you, and I would ask you to use this in your conversations, to listen to the ultra-conservative, well-respected leaders who work with Donald Trump, his chief of staff, his military generals, his attorney general, his vice president. He is a danger to our democracy and our Constitution, and he should never be president again. And I'll tell you this, even if you don't agree with her on everything, you can always count on Kamala Harris to fight for you to the very end. For families who need better health care and an affordable place to live, Kamala will fight for you. For parents who want better schools for their kids, for workers who are worried about a secure retirement, Kamala will fight for you. For any one of our allies anywhere in the world wondering if America still has your back, Kamala will fight for you. For people who believe that we must protect women's reproductive freedom, Kamala will fight for you. And when she fights, we win. Kamala's ready. The question is, are we? Are we going to stand up and fight for Kamala like she'll stand up and fight for us?
Maybe.
Okay. We have only 3 days left. Are we knocking on doors? Are we making phone calls? Are we talking with our friends and neighbors? Are we going to make Kamala Harris the next president of the United States? You bet we are. Let's go get him. Let's go get him. Thank you very much.
All right there, Tiger. All right, I'm probably going to call it. Y'all have a great time. And don't forget to vote. We got to do that before time is up. But I might log back in later tonight and play some games. We'll see what's going on with my wife when she gets off. Got to cook some steaks, so